Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Kinda Crafty Kenzie. I am Kenzie, and my channel has everything to do with DIYing, crafting, turning trash to treasure, thrift flips, repurposing, upcycling, and some shopping hauls. Basically anything to do with home decor on a budget. So if that is something you love, you are in the right place. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. Join my little crafty family. Put a little Kenzie in your day. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. It really helps my channel grow and I appreciate it so much. For today's video, I am sharing some really pretty and kind of pinkish spring DIYs. So let's go. For the first DIY, I'm going to use this old little slingback, like tabletop decor sign thingy bobber from the Dollar General. This is obviously from Valentine's Day, but it was probably like 3 or 4 Valentine's Days ago. It was quite a few. And then I just went ahead and popped off those little hearts with my Cricut spatula, because why not? And now I am trying to sand as much of that glue residue off as I can. At this particular moment when I was making this craft, I did not have a heat gun. I completely lost my Chandler heat gun some way, somehow, and I think my husband stole it. So I had to buy a new one and it wasn't here yet. So now I'm just going to take some lamb's ear that I just took off of a little lamb's ear like pick, I guess you could say. I get all my lamb's ear from Amazon. I feel it's like the best price, and it is linked in my description box on my Amazon storefront. And then I was ambushed by a little tiny ant, and I don't know, maybe he just wanted to come craft, but I don't allow bugs in my shed, so he had to go. Then I'm breaking out the old solo wood flowers because I still love them, and I just went ahead and attached 3 little, can I call a carnation maybe? 3 little flowers to the lamb's ear, just like so. I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here? So after I added the carnations, I decided to put a couple more little lamb's ear pieces on there. Then I just wanted to wrap some twine around this, so I glued it to the back, just to kind of give it a little bit of stability as I wrapped. And we'll just go ahead and fast forward through that because nobody wants to watch me wrap this whole thing. But that's how I did with that. And the piece I cut worked out absolutely perfect. I couldn't do that again if I tried. You know I don't measure, so that was just pure luck. So I went ahead and attached that to the back with some more hot glue. And then I took this little blessed sign. I'm pretty sure this came in one of those like little wood bags that you got from Dollar Tree couple falls ago. You guys, I have all my stuff is like so last year. But oh well, I'm using it. And then I just used some hot glue and a little bit of super glue to attach that blessed word to that twine. And that is it for DIY number 1. For DIY number 2, I'm just going to use this really simple, like, beaded wreath form, I guess you could call it. I got it from Hobby Lobby, and I think it was like $4 and something, but of course I probably got it on sale. Now I'm just going to take these flowers. I do not remember where they came from. They could have came from Amazon. They could have came from the Dollar Tree. I honestly can't remember, but I think they're so pretty. I love the colors, and I just love how they like kind of intertwine. They did not come together is what is crazy. Like obviously the two, you know, orangey yellowish ones with like the pink on it came together, but that hot pink one in the middle, I don't believe they came together. So I don't know where these came from, but I wish I had more because I love these colors. But I was gonna use what do you call it, floral wire to attach these like little buds, I guess you could call them, to the wreath form, but I didn't have to because I left a little bit of the stem on them when I cut them. They were a full pick with leaves, and I just removed all of that, and I just like left a little bit of the stem, and then as you can see here on the back, I just wound that around the form, so I could literally take these off and change this out. There's no hot glue. Any hot glue that I'm using right now, because I am attaching a little bit of lamb's ear to this to kind of give it just a little bit something more, I attached it directly to the flower, and you know that could obviously very easily be removed as well. So this is completely disassemblable. if that's a word. So I like that it can be interchanged. Then I just took some of this little lace ribbon from the Dollar Tree, had a simple little hanger to it, and that is it for this one. It was so easy. What did it cost me? $4, and whatever the flowers were, and that's it. And I can't tell you how much I love those colors, but you have to let me know what you think about this one. DIY number 3 is definitely maybe my favorite, or definitely one of my favorites on this video. It started out that I was just going to paint one of these wood rounds from the Dollar Tree, and this specific one says home on the front. But then as I was going, I kind of decided to go a different direction, and so I decided to use 2 of the wood rounds. So one of them says home, like I said, this one obviously, and the other one says welcome. And I covered them both with white paint, and I think you can see where I'm going with this. But I went ahead on the home and the welcome word. I painted them in this super, super pretty, like, pinkish color. I'm obsessed with this. I did a whole tier trade video with this color last spring. I absolutely love this color. I would paint with it all day, but it's, you know, it's kind of girly, I guess you could say, and I don't think my husband would really appreciate if I, like, made our kitchen this color, but I totally would. But it is from FOLKART Home Decor. It's a chalk paint, and it's called Blush Pink Rose, and it's so pretty. Now, when I see it, like, as I'm editing and when I film with it, it comes up a little bit darker than what it actually is in person. If you've used it before, you know what I'm talking about, but it's just, I'm obsessed with that color. It's so pretty, and I feel like you can only use it, like, in the spring and summer, but anyways, like I said, I painted, and as you can see, the home and welcome, and I thought that you guys would really like to watch me paint this, apparently. If I got any boo-boos, like, here and there with the pinkish color, I just went back over it with white, and then I decided to distress it a little bit. I haven't done much distressing lately, so I had to, like, bring that back and give a little farmhouse vibe to these spring DIYs, and I just went over that a little bit with some white chalk paint. Now I'm going to just take some jute twine and kind of singe it together just to, really, I don't know what the point of that was. I think I thought in my head it was going to help me keep them together a little bit better. But then I kind of just traced with my pencil, like, where I wanted to attach the glue on where I wanted them to overlap each other. And of course I was going to glue them down. You know, that was the only way they were going to remain in that place. So I did use the Dollar Tree's super wood glue, which is phenomenal, and then I did use some hot glue as well. Now I am going to use this ribbon that I'm pretty sure came from JOANN's back years ago. Anything I'm using lately, you guys, is definitely at least a year old, so I'm sure there's lots more things out there and new beautiful things, but I'm kind of trying to stay away from the stores because the ridiculous amount of stuff that I have needs to be used up. I mean, it's gotta go. So anyways, I just made a little bow, as you can see, and I just cinched it together with some jute twine like I always do. This was a little bit, I don't want to say difficult to work with, but it was a little bit frustrating because it wouldn't lay down exactly how I wanted it to. It was very stiff ribbon. It kind of wouldn't really, like, bend really easily. So after I attached my bow with some hot glue, then I just took some of these little sprigs of eucalyptus. I get the pics from Amazon. They're linked below in my Amazon storefront, and they're under greenery and floral. And I just attached them all over the bow. I love them. I thought that the green brought out the pink and vice versa. And I just think that they looked super duper pretty against that white background. I just absolutely love them. So then I'm going to use this leftover like little flower that I have from the previous DIY, and this flower has a tiny bit of yellow in it, and I decided that a little bit more color with the greenery would look really nice. So I grabbed this pick that I have from Solo Wood Flowers, who are also linked below, always in my description box, because I use them so much, and I went ahead and just cut off some of the little pieces and just attached them, you know, just a little bit. I think I put like on 2 on each side just to kind of tie in that yellow color from the flower, you know, just to give it a little bit more oomph, I guess you could say. So as I'm making this, I'm like, uh-oh, I totally forgot to drill holes because I need a hanger on both sides. So I used my way of measuring to get a hole, and I just said right at the yellow flower on both sides looks great. So then I just went ahead and drilled holes. That's how I measure, and it usually works out. If non-measuring triggers you, you are on the wrong channel, because I never measure. And 9 out of 10 times, it does work out for me. So I guess I am lucky. But then I just went ahead and attached a jute twine, some jute twine on the back to make like a little hanger. I tied it in the front, like in like a little farmhouse knot, or a farmhouse style knot, I guess you could say, but you can't see it anyway, so there's no big deal. But that's it. This is how it turned out. I am in love with this. It's so pretty, and I just, it's like I said, it screams pink, oh my goodness. It screams spring, and I love it because it's pink, and that's it for this one. Let me know what you think. For DIY number 4, I'm going to use this cute little envelope that I got from the Dollar Tree. I got it this year, actually, so this isn't last season. And this is going to be so ridiculously simple. I'm just going to take some scrap of paper. As you can see, I'm cutting it out. I am hot gluing it because I was like, I have no idea how I'm going to get a glue stick down there. Let's just hot glue that baby in there, because it's really, the background is not the main part of this. And as you can see, I had to do it in 2 sections. Maybe my brain just wouldn't work great, but I could not get that to cut out the way I wanted it to, no matter how many times I measured it. It's like the envelope gets more narrow at the bottom, and I kept having to cut the scrap of paper, and it just wouldn't fit. So anyways, it is what it is. But you're not going to see it that much, so it's okay. So I went ahead and I had to attach jute twine back on here, so I just kind of doubled up a piece just to give it a little more of a rustic vibe. And then I am going to use those calla lilies in this one once I finally get that knot tied. All I did was just shove them in there. Just shove them in there, and just nothing fancy, no particular way. I did try to pull the greenery towards the front so it kind of bunch up and pop out over the envelope. I didn't want to put Happy Spring on the front of it or anything. I just wanted to keep it super neutral, super simple, and ridiculously inexpensive. And this is probably my second favorite of the whole video. So let me know what you guys think of this one too. I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. For the rest of the video, you may hear a 4-wheeler in the background because I am outside of my craft shed trying to voice this over, and my daughter's decided now is the perfect time to ride the quad around the yard. So just a little forewarning. For the last DIY, I got this sign from Dollar Tree. I went ahead and just disassembled it completely. As you can see, it took off the welcome, and then the paper came off, and that made me super happy because I really love when the paper comes off. It makes my day. Now I'm just going to measure it out with some scrapbook paper that I want to use, and I cut it out, and then I'm just going to attach it with some Mod Podge. I love to make my edges nice and like straight and even, and the way I do that is after it dries for a little bit, I go ahead and sand off the edges, and it makes a nice clean edge. Then I decided, hey, let's paint this. After you've already Mod Podged it down and it's dried, let's go ahead and paint the back and the sides, because, you know, why not? And oh, there's the new heat gun. He's making his appearance. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll try to link it for you guys if I remember. But it's just one off Amazon. I'm a Chandler girl. I really do like my Chandler, but for an inexpensive one, that really is a good one, and I love the color. So now I'm just going to make a little bow out of this. Oh, and now my husband decides to target practice now. So that's what it's like living in the country. You never know. The chickens will start making noise here soon. So I just used this little lace ribbon from Dollar Tree, made a cute little bow, and then I took these little solo wood flower. These are roses, because on the scrapbook paper there are roses on there. So I tried to make them match. I ended up only using one after I attached a jute twine bow on top of the lace bow, because I'm extra. And that is it for this DIY. Now this could sit, or this could hang, because I left a little hanger on the back. So whatever you prefer. But I love the flowers. It goes together with all the pinkish tones I used today. And that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed all of this video, all the DIYs. Let me know which one was your favorite. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not. And I will see you guys next week in my next video. Bye, y'all.